Hey guys, welcome back to my Fallout 4 Settlement Tour series here with my OC Soul Survivor, Cynthia, aka Sin. We are today here. Oh god, no, damn it. Anyway, we are here at Hangman's Alley in the, little top corner of downtown Boston. If you literally just go down the way, there is Diamond City. It's the closest place. There is not a whole lot of settlements around. Right here is a settlement, but my game is busted and I can't get it for some reason. I don't know if it's because something happened with Preston's AI or something happened with the settler because one of them is missing. So technically that would be the closest area, but I cannot get access to it in this save, so that's going to be from a different save in a different timeline. But yeah, so right up there is Diamond City. You literally walk up here, ignore the naked guard. Mod broke, and then just I just can't fix it, and I don't care. But yeah, that's where those super mutants are constantly spawning, and then Diamond City is up that way. But instead, we're going to come down here and we are going to actually come into the back side of Hangman's Alley. Now, usually, traditionally, when you fast travel here, or even I think even most of the time when you first discover it, you discover the other side. But here, I would think that more people would be coming uh, from Diamond City down this way, but it also keeps it kind of discreet. There's only a single turret and a door. There's nothing in the alley. I kind of should have put something there, but anyway. This is technically outside of the build zone, so it kind of lags in here, and it's not exactly, great for my game. Immediately as you come in, it's public bathrooms. There is, I think, 3 toilets. Oh, hmm. There's 3 toilets and 3 showers, 1 sink, because I don't see people using the toilets all that often. But there's 3 showers. Each shower would look kind of like this, but due to lighting being a huge frame eater, I did have to take off all the lamps, unfortunately. Now, the next part, after you come out of the bathrooms, oh, first, this is from something resources. I don't know. It's basically just it's supposed to be for mail, but I think it just gives you caps or happiness. But I have one at every settlement to just sort of set up a mail system going on. Inside here is just a simple 2-bed provisioner's hut. They're here once in a blue moon. They get a bed. Now, this door is usually open, but can be closed and locked for safety during, times of extreme stress. Now, as you can see, there are a little sneak peek of what's up there, but we're going to go downstairs first. Now, I think one of the reasons I want to start on this side, too, is because let's just start with the most boring. The farm. Simple. Nothing really special. We have, I think it's gourds, potatoes, corn, carrots, some fungus, and the flour that I can't remember its name. I think it's called hub
Yeah.
flour. What are you doing in the wall, sir? Anyway, they do have some water
Yes.
buckets. They're I would say the main export here is their food because of the fact that in Diamond City there is no produce, just like a produce stand. I was looking for potatoes forever and I couldn't find any,
You
and I'm
better
just
not
like, you
cause
know
any
what?
trouble.
Yeah, kid, you shouldn't even be here. You should be in school. But anyway, I decided that, this is where I think Diamond City would get at least a decent bit of its fresh vegetables. They have a simple bathroom right here, a couple of glowing piss bottles to light your toilet needs, a doorway that I don't. I think it's just mostly for support, but like just a little doorway to connect the living in the farm area. Now, you will see the farm area is open to the sky. The rest of this place ain't so lucky. It is completely walled in. The entire the entire bottom of this place is the flooring for the next section upstairs. But anyway, there's this little newsstand. You could be filled with papers or maybe doing like one of those you leave a can, take a can type of things. This place heavily relies on trade, like between each other for their goods. Caps aren't really like you need caps, but like if you don't have caps but you have items, you may be able to get a trade. A farmer lives here, gets a right nice cozy setup with 2 sleeping bags. I actually don't know why this is like this. I maybe I like installed a mod, put a bed down, uninstalled, and then put a new bed down and then reinstalled. Who knows? But it just looks like this dude has 2 pillows and 2 beds. Oh no 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 no! I remember. 2 people live here. I wanted to make look like they slept like spooning, so they're on top of each other. I think is what my original thought would behind that was. Anyway, as you come in down the main walkway, you have the food cleaning area. They just process like they clean up, cut off the bad bits, clean up whatever needs to be cleaned up, box what has to get sent out to Diamond City, and then you know they do keep some of the produce because they have their own little bar over there in the corner. Now, if you do some petty crime here, you get put in the box. Now, I was kind of thinking about Matilda when I was making this, but inside is this tiny little Pokebox. The thinking behind it is if you stand perfectly still and nice and straight, you should be fine. You'll get tired, but you won't get poked. Spend a couple hours to days in there. I think never more than like a day, because again, it's like really petty crime. Like, you got caught stealing something, but like, you didn't get away with it at all. So you're like, yeah, here's a warning, get in the box. Now down here we have a little common area where there's just some places set up so you can eat your food once you bought it at the bar. The bar is set up in this cute little area here. Trying,
We ain't
nice and
got any
waterproof.
handouts if that's what you want.
Okay, tiny girl in pink with a hatchet. I My settlers are kind of broken. I think it's because I have a mod that like changes them up and it adds kids. And just sometimes they will despawn and respawn as different characters and they keep respawning now as children. So I have a lot of kids in like positions that were supposed to be held by adults. Anyway, um there's this little cooking station where there's some stew being made. uh, Probably would have put some stuff in here, but I was running out of space. We have the bar here, and a nice little cooking area here. I like this. I did spent forever trying to finagle this on here because there's no.
Easy living, this ain't.
Yeah, I get it, dude. There's barrels around the Commonwealth that have like mesh over them, and I don't know what asset that mesh is. So I basically use everything underneath the sun to like make meshing for barrels. This was one of my first ideas, was using a ladder and then just like plates on top of cooking food, and then food that's like done but maybe you want to like keep it warm. Some logs for the fire. Over here, they have their own personal water as well as a repurposed sink. I like to think that they basically have to fill the sink with water, clean the dishes, unfill the sink with water and then like wash the dishes with more water. There's no real drainage going on, and the faucet technically doesn't work, but it drips because it's animated. Next to it is an ice box, which you can actually hear is working, funny enough. Um, a table just for extra bits that you need. The guy here taking orders from the young girl with the hatchet. Upstairs is the house of the bar owner and the the person who makes like the stew downstairs. It's a cooking pot, so they make the stew and then they go and they do a little farming. So two people live here. It's cozy. It has a lot more like like real furnishings, like a real table and real chairs and a very nice little uh I don't so this is from Thematic and Practical. I do not know if it is I can't remember if it's supposed to be a sofa or if it's supposed to be a single person armchair. But anyway, it genuinely looks really comfortable. Um they have a little bit of storage and then their beds, but that's about it. They do have up here a little more storage, but again, they don't own much. Oh, a medical box back. Ooh, this does suck. They live right next to the generator, so they have to deal with that at night. But anyway, all the houses are very sparse. Like, you have a few items, but not a lot. We'll go across the way. These are a couple of farmers' houses. We have this one here, which is a simple, there's literally like nothing here. This guy owns nothing but the bare essentials that he probably built himself. I want to say this is a Thematic and Practical shelf that I buried underground to kind of like hold up this little rickety. It's a bridge, but it's supposed to be his like table. Has enough room for a friend to come over to eat, but it is a single bed that sits up here. You know, you have to climb up the stairs to get into the bed. But hey, a nice warm bucket. And honestly, tons of space. Like, this house is quite spacious, if not for the fact there's just nothing in there. A cute little window, though, to see into it. And a fun little poster. But they up here is two more farmhouses. Um, these are very nice. I would like to think that this is just someone who's been here for a long time, so they've like accumulated a couple of items, enough to need storage for it. But this is actually, obviously, as you can tell, like pretty high up. This is the roof of the original awning, I think. It's hard. I assume these are all like apartment buildings, and this alleyway was just an alley that happens to be quite large. Oop, I accidentally brought up my gun. Put the gun away. So I'm not really sure what this was originally, but now it is the roof to their apartment. But this is honestly real nice. I mean, you get a nice view, you have plenty of space, it's dry, um, kind of private. I would think maybe you'd get some items to like cover up more of the area, but like pretty private too. Next door is a bit less private. There's supposed to be curtains, but I'd like to think maybe they haven't bought them yet. It's literally just someone has a pillow and a table and a bed. But I think what would make this worthwhile if you had to live here is the balcony. It's a beautiful view of the common area and a turret, as well as the shitters. There's a bathroom right underneath. But you do get a nice table for your trouble. And honestly, a pretty nice little couch. Again, thematic and practical. Uh, I'm not gonna sit on there because honestly, if your character sits there, I think they get flung into oblivion. They don't get flung into oblivion, but they will fall through the earth a little bit because the just a little too cramped. But let's go back downstairs. And yes, these are both farmer houses, I believe. No one comes up here because the AI, I think, hates these stairs, especially in weird positions that they are.
Oh,
These are them from the outside. You can honestly barely tell that they're like houses. It's actually quite nice. Oh, and underneath here is a well, we got a little place for the doggy. Where is the dog? Oh, kid is standing on the dog. Oh no, he's standing on logs next to the dog. But yep, there's a single dog here. Kind of. I think it's supposed to be this person's dog. Around the corner, we have the workbench that was moved from that corner to over here. I think it's just literally like move workbench mod. Inside this house is he's a working on this robot. I like to think this person might basically be unemployed or like works odd jobs, but their main goal is to have this robot up and working, maybe sell it off to the Minutemen because Sin likes robots, so she'd probably be like, yeah, I'll buy that robot. Right next here is their single, like they have two bathrooms, the outhouse and this one here. Yeah, it's just you sit on the basketball hoop and you hope you make it. There is a curtain though, a nice privacy curtain, so people don't see you poop. Wash your hands immediately after, or and then dry them on the fire because there's really no other thing to dry them on. Around the corner here is two showers, quote unquote. Basically, you would have to pay for either dirty water or pure water, fill up the bucket, and then use that to sponge bath yourself. But, again, at least you get some privacy. Kinda. The turret's there for peeping toms, actually. I would like to mention, of course, the pillars that are keeping this place up. They're. Oh, hello. Guards keep doing that. They are pillars holding up this place. Well, this one here is broken, which I actually really like this little touch I did. You know, they're like, oh crap, we gotta keep this up anyway. For some reason, the security cameras are all messed up. I don't know why they're floating like that. I think they might have been connected to a different object, like objects that you put on top of each other. Clip. So I think it got moved around accidentally. They're supposed to be on each side. You know, keep an eye on the people, which are mostly children, I've noticed. There's three, and I think a fourth one over there. Anyway, I would like to also mention it's kind of dark here. It's noon. I don't think my light's on. No, lights on, lights off. Anyway, up here is one of the guards' rooms.
Hello.
Hello. The guards basically, it's so they have quick access if there's any like trouble a brewing down there. They have access to the area. There's a window to keep an eye out on the people, again, in case of troubles. But this place doesn't get used, obviously, because um, guards don't. I think I've said this before in like my Tappington video. Guards don't sleep in beds, basically. I think unless you have double the amount. So I decided to just basically put guards in some of the weirdest places because they ain't going to bed. Who cares? They do get a fireplace though, which opens up just right. Oh, hello. That is creepy. We are going to ignore the man. Anyway, three guards. I think they are the three guards who work down here. One being in that corner. Actually, you can see his feet right there. Look at them move. Little tootsies. Anyway, out here they didn't have this originally. I decided, you know what, they need a little privacy, so you can just close that. But out here is actually the main gate. There's their main door, and here's the main staircase. And there's Ada. Hi, Ada. I took away your legs. Now, when you spawn, you literally spawn right here. But again, I wanted to go through the back way. Before we go upstairs, though, I should show off what is actually in this entryway. Let's start here. First, we have a shower, which, funny enough, for some reason, Nick decided to take a shower.
Huh?
Yeah, so he decided to do that. Around the corner is a bathroom. So these are supposed to be for the guards who actually sleep in this hole over there, but we'll get back to them. It's just a simple bathroom. I really just went toilet paper, toilet, light, done. Sink, soap. This is for my character. I decided that for most of the settlements, because I need to sleep sometimes to get from day to night, that I would set up like a camping area for Sin. This one here in Hangman's Alley is supposed to be like picked up and brought away every time because like she doesn't really stay here all that much. but because she'll just stay at her house in Diamond City. But I needed just a little place to set up for the day, fire to keep warm, and a nice little place to sleep. Now back over here. Oh, actually, so I think the Commons is over there, and then if you go that way and then around, you can get back up to Boston. Oh, Boston might be that way too. Anyway, not Boston. Diamond City. We're in Boston. Anyway, hi. Yes, hello, Ada. So, anyway, back over here we go. This is just a little setup for some extra men. There should have been a guard here, but they're gone. Just real simple. The save was starting to get a little fucked up. So oh, whoop, you're floating. I thought that was on the ground. Anyway, this is just some places where guards sleep. No, let me out. Nothing special. Guards won't sleep in this area or hang out in this area. That's why even this. Oh, the acronym is WDP. I don't know what that mod is at the moment, but I'll hopefully remember to put it on the screen. Anyway, it has these awesome tables that have chairs up, and this is usually what I use for default. Like, people live here, but sometimes you have to just put your chairs away at the end of the day. And now we will head upstairs. So we're going to start on the third tier, which is residential. There is a guard who is actually at her post. Like the only guard, but no gun. Okay. Settlers, you are all broken. Oh, I should mention, as you come up, you can see into the kitchen. I'd like to think that the downstairs has like a bottle exchange with the upstairs. Like they'll like take down dirty dishes and clean them for a fee, or give cleaned up bottles upstairs for some money too. Basically, just keeping things going in a big circle. Around here we have a Nuka-Cola machine just for delicious drinks. Two stand tables and a single chair and a stool and a chair. I'd like to think when you're here you're just drinking and standing, having a good chat with your buddy. Hello. Cool. There's fresh produce for sale for the people of the upper place. It's actually really high up. Just a little higher is the final roof section of the area. But anyway, we have the bar here because, bar should be in the closest residential. Fully stocked with plenty.
I can patch you up if you need it. For a small fee, of course.
However, wait, you're not a doctor. There's another lady who makes every day she makes a mass meal of whatever. It's usually some sort of stew. So usually it's you don't get a choice on what you eat because she just makes what she wants and that's what you get. But you can choose your drinks, obviously, and buy, your own food and eat at your own house. You can do that, obviously. We should start with this house here. I honestly, no, let's just keep going. This is the general store owner. It's quite a nice house. They're all nice houses, in different ways. This one's quite sparse because it's a single occupant, but it's also the most sunniest because, I think between it's noon now, so between noon and 2 or 3, it gets mostly sunlight throughout the day through that window, so it's quite nice. I really like that the shadow actually sees those curtains. That's really cool. But they just have a lot of stuff because they own the general goods store, which is actually more like a general workshop goods. Like you need some small gear, you can buy it there, fix up stuff. But she has, I think it's still a woman. Again, it was a lady a couple weeks ago, and then she changed because settlers keep changing. But place to work, take inventory. That light's broken. It should be on, but it is not. Plenty to read. And then the bed. This is cool. I like this. I wanted to, this person has plenty of storage. There's actually more stuff underneath here. I wanted to put some more stuff, but again, I really, really needed to lighten my load on the save here. But there's a bed here. Possible, it honestly could put some items there too. Sleeps on here, but like, extra space because the bed is up on a nice little frame I made all by myself. I do think the bed's kind of small, but like any bigger and it wouldn't fit. I think I actually had to shrink this bed, so that's why it looks so tiny, but you get a tiny bed. Oh well. Kind of a blank wall, but I could have, again, could have added more, should have, but didn't. Nice little thing. I like to think dried meat, not rotting meat. Ugh. And then just a place to drink the beer. And honestly, this is great. Walk out, you eat right there. If you honestly, I bet this person gets their meals for free from just what they're selling. Speaking of the bar, actually, let's go next door to the bar owner's home. The bar owner lives with the tax man. That's why their house is so nice, I think. But they eat out here because I like to think that they're quite like they really like. These are my people. Hello, yes, you can come and chat while I'm eating my dinner. Their wet bar is outside, and they have some other stuff here. Open up, and they have a nice old world home. I'd like to think. Like I tried to make it look as old worldy as like a settler could probably produce. So it has a nice old couch, plenty of old time knickknacks, and an old time radio. Navy flags because I just thought, I don't know, that's fun and bright to add to all the colors because there's all these colors going on. Beautiful paint. I really like the paintings here. I use them a lot just because they're good to break up naked wall space. I'd like to say they're like hoping to get an old timey TV to put in that little corner. It would be nice. Their bedroom here, kind of sparse. They just have their bed and some drawers. There's a bra here, but honestly, I think both of the settlers are men. But they could change any day now. A huge painting, again, to break up all the gross naked space that there was there. Cover up for the windows, because I like to think you could probably, like, in the real world, you'd be able to get into those buildings next door and just peep. A curio cabinet, which I think would double as another dresser for the other person. A little setup here for the tax man, as well as a seating and just shelving, like put the documents. Now, one of my favorite bathrooms in here, it's just, I don't know, I had a lot of fun decorating. I love bathrooms. They do get their own supply of fresh, purified water. A little corruption. Oh, yeah, talking about you. But they do try to conserve as much as they can by like filling the bathtub, like keeping the drain closed, filling the bathtub, and then like using like it sparingly, maybe draining it out underneath for the people below. There is a cute little setup with a shaving kit, a mirror, some more supplies, a little bit of candle lighting, and some towels. Just, it's a really nice bathroom. I definitely think if you were the one running the tax racket in town, you'd have a nice bathroom. Again, you just come back out here. I think I think one of the story elements I wanted to put in this house specifically was that the tax guy really kind of liked nautical stuff because the water's not super far from here. It's like not close, but it's not far. So yeah, the tax man likes his nautical stuff. Another little area for patrons to hang out. This is like landlord of the Commonwealth or something. It's just extra taxes. The outside of that house. Oh, our beautiful, beautiful Christmas lights. I love this place, the little Christmas light alley. Each building has their own garbage can, which gets taken out downstairs by the lower class people. In here is the armorer and clothing store. I don't know. I always assume that if you sold clothing, you'd probably have a partner who sold armor, or vice versa, or maybe even do both in a real world situation. You wouldn't just sell one or the other. So they live together. They live in this quaint little home. Downstairs, they have a couch with a very cool coffee table and a little radio. A I love these little. This is from Creative Clutter. I love it. Because I noticed it in this one. I think I did in another one, but I didn't notice it. Uh, Kitchen area. Kind of trying to wedge everything I could into this back corner, like to free up some space. Two Brahmin heads. Now we have three seating area because they're expecting a baby. I love this. I never did a baby's room before, so I was like, what do you do for a baby's room? But I have like the bottles, a lamp, sheets to change the baby's bed, obviously. There's no version without the broken pieces, so we're just gonna pretend those aren't there. A cute little painting just to liven up the room, and a changing table with some blocks. I really like this. I've never really had thought about the idea of having settlers who like make up a baby's room, because usually I don't know, I'd see that they just have their baby like in a box next to them. But yeah, that's the future seating area for them and their baby as they grow up. There is a nice stove, like a really nice stove, and a table for prep, but you could also use this. I like kitchens being able to be just like, this is like when you're playing The Sims and you literally want to make a base kitchen and it's just a refrigerator, one counter space piece, and the stove, and that's basically what this is. Is it's just you got one counter space. Now out here they did put some other items, stuff that like if it rained a little bit, they don't really care. It would be annoying to get wet, but it should be fine. There is a short little seating area up here. Just like to think after a hard day's work, you come, you sit down, you enjoy the night sky because you can see it. Maybe, I don't think, honestly, during the day, for the, maybe in the early morning, maybe that gets some sunlight. Maybe you want to hang there in the mornings, smoke a cigarette, enjoy the sun. But then we'll come back down, and upstairs is just a simple bedroom. It's literally just two beds, a workstation that I don't think works because it had to be like put down lower. But it's supposed to be like, they move it around to take care of clothing. Some candles to light up whatever they need during emergencies with no lighting. A nice window, which I honestly forgot to put curtains in. But, maybe they like to kneel on the bed and just hang out the window and just look. But this is just two hospital beds, and there's a little desk for writing. It was a very squished area, so I really didn't have like, I want to make their room feel full because they have the money to do so, but without making it look, well, making it unmovable. I don't think they can sleep in it, but let's pretend they can. Anyway, so that is the clothing and armorer. They have a nice, quaint little home. Now, I will say there's no gun person in here because in the lore, you have to be real. You have to have basically like clearance to be a gun salesman, and no one here could pass a check to be like to sell weaponry. So there's no guns here. But down here we have the final area. This is the marketplace. It has everything else except for guns, which is why I mentioned it. We'll start with the clinic, I think. Now, this is just a fun. This is Vavitch's house, or like the witch, but with the two V's. It is no longer available. I literally only have it because I downloaded it before it was taken down or moved, or maybe it's back now. I can't remember. I swear it's not available anymore. But that's where all that stuff is. It's just like I thought it'd be fun to put like, this is where you go if you die. Now in the clinic, it's a nice red theme, red door, red
If
light,
you need fixing up,
red
let's get a
no,
look
shut
at
up,
it.
red clinic. It's real simple on the inside. I actually, oh, seating is there instead of inside because I thought it'd be just too cramped. But inside we have paperwork, basically, um, just extra supplies, a single examination room where a bit of the building is used as like table. I'd like to think that they roll like sheets or something up the ramp, so there's, like plenty of sheets to change the bedding with, but like that's not something I have access to. A little work area where he would sit and chat with a person who's ill. Now uh they work and sleep in here, actually. This is the workshop, I guess. I'd like to think so. Chems are also regulated to a point, but like sometimes you need a special concoction of medicine for certain people, so this is what I like to think he does back here. He's currently studying the medical properties of the fungus, which I think can be made into a couple of chems, maybe? I don't remember so much of the glowing. I definitely know brain fungus is in like several. But this is just a really cramped bed. This guy has like, this is literally his belongings in a single box. Um, I should have put like at least maybe like a thing underneath for storage. But like this guy, he just basically he's like, I'm a doctor. I just do my work. He doesn't make people pay for the most part. He's just a good guy, huh? Here's a good guy.
Not many doctors around these
Maybe he's
days.
like a preacher
Let me take a
doctor.
look at you.
That I don't know how I feel about that one. Okay. Here's the general goods store. Okay, so this settler here died. That one over there. He might have belonged here. So now there's no general goods salesperson, but there should have been. This is the person who lives in that house over there. Again, they sell mostly like home items, stuff that like you would use up and need to constantly be buying. Not so much stuff you buy once and you don't need anymore. But also toys for kids, plenty of kids. You make a nice buck or two selling toys. This is a little magazine thing. No magazines at the moment because I haven't bought, because I have Mojave imports, which give or not skill magazines, like the plus for a certain time magazines, and usually I use those, but I didn't have any at the time. Anyway, just a shopping cart to put your shit in. Next door is the armorer's place, as well as the clothing shop. The armorer, honestly, unfortunately,
Ain't
can
looking for trouble, I hope.
nope, is sadly basically only can sell leather gear, metal gear, or dog stuff. But he does have a little safe in this corner and a lockable door.
I lost track of how many
I don't know
blisters
why
I
I'm still
got.
laughing about Metal Gear. Next door, so clothing you can is basically unregulated. You can do whatever the heck you want with clothing. So this guy is like, yeah, I got tons of it. There's plenty of like
Hi, how are you?
Hi. And another workbench just in case. But like, there's clothing, a mirror to check yourself out, a couple of mannequins with swishy dresses because they move every time you move. But it's so cute. This like gets put away every night when they, finish set up closing up shop so it doesn't get rained
If you
on.
work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Exactly, preacher guard with no gun again. And down here is actually where we started. It's the farm. I love this. You can sit down, maybe look over all the peasants. There is a smoking area for a guard to hang out too. Again, maybe you want to smoke break, but you gotta watch these people. You have to. Oh, I forgot to show the dumpster. It's just a dumpster back there with the cutoff point so you can't get into that area from outside. A washing machine for the clothing. And then down here is where we came in. It's a simple, it's, you go down one way, can go back around, up, and all that jazz. Because there's no, like, laws against, coming upstairs. You can come upstairs. It's expensive. Why would you? But you can come up here and shop. Anyway, that is actually the end of the tour. I really, really liked doing this. It was very early on. No, I wouldn't say early on making a settlement because this is Sin's like my billionth character, but it definitely is me really getting like showing off more of what I can do and using the structure in a creative way while also showing off this specific character's I I guess politics. I don't know. Basically, she just believes in like you very like structured class systems here. I really this honestly, I would call this my settlement period, like this bottom part. If I had just stopped here, I would have been happy because it's so
Out
cool.
here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
Yes, you do, guy in jumpsuit. And like my whole idea is I really wanted to work the fact that this place is so small vertically up. And then I was playing KOTOR a lot. I like KOTOR. Well, I like KOTOR too. But I was playing KOTOR, and you think about the opening of that game, and you're like, yeah, Undercity, Top City, very cool. Again. But I really. Oh, and there's a little sitting area. Forgot about that one. And again, I just. This has been a lot of fun, and it was a lot of work. I think I could definitely do better now. I don't know if I'd say better. I'd definitely say more details in certain areas,
Yes?
but you could only do so much without losing everything. So I will call that a day. My next tour will be uh my next tour will be Sunshine Tidings Co-op, which I have turned into a military school for children. Bye.